So today we will be working on glute strengthening. I'll show you a few exercises using bands, a soft ball, and blocks or some sort of step stool that we can use as props throughout our practice today. So I'll show you about 7 to 8 exercises that you can use to help your help strengthen your glutes. So let's get started. So for this first exercise, you're going to step your right foot on the block or any kind of step stool you might have. So you step into it and then you firm up your right side glute. Flex the left heel. Hands can be on your hips or in a prayer position so you can find a little more stability. So flex that left thigh as you lift your kneecap and then start to touch your left heel to the ground. And then press back up, flexing that left thigh the whole time, and then you squeeze that right glute as you come up. So keep repeating these movements, small, nice and slow. Keep your steady breath and gaze somewhere that you can focus on. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And then we'll switch to the other side just to even it out. Even though if you have an issue only on one side, basically we are strengthening the glutes, so we would rather fix one side, and we would rather not fix one side but work on both so we can make it evenly strong. Flexing that right leg, press into your left foot into the block, and then start to bring your heel down. Good. We'll do about 15 reps of this. Right? Squeeze that left glute as you come up. Flex the left heel, tap it down, lift back up for 10, 9, 8, 7, start to feel that shake, 6, and 5, 4, nice and steady, 3, 2, and 1. So for our next exercise, we'll be holding this ball in our both hands. We'll have about our upper thigh muscle, upper thigh length as we take this wall sit. So bring your knees and your hips in one line, press into your heel, and then just hold that ball away from you for 10 counts, right? Pull the belly in, spine is against your wall, press the heels down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly press into your heels, lean forward, and come to stand. So you can repeat this about 3 times at least. So come to wall sit, your feet are away from the wall, and you're bringing your hips in line with your knees, and just holding and squeezing the ball so you get the. So our next exercise is using these bands, resistant bands against our ankle. So bring your feet nice and wide until you start to feel that resistance in your ankles and all the way up to the glutes. Bring your hands to prayer and then take your seat back, right, as low as your knees. And then start to walk forward. These are called monster walks, or you can take as big step as you can, trying to keep your hips nice and steady, right? Don't try to come up and down. And then walk back until you feel that resistance, pulling back with your band, right? And then take few steps forward, as small as big, trying to keep your seat low, right? If you have a lot of issue with your lower back, maybe you can come up a little bit, but start to keep your body steady. Good. Slow and steady, keeping the seat low. Good. A few more. You can take about 10 to 20 reps of these. So 10 forward, 10 back, and as much as time your day permits, and then come back. We'll take a little push backs, right? Press your hands back, bring your seat low. Right. Working on our glutes and thighs at the same time. Good. Seat down, seat up, lower, and lift. Squeeze the glutes as you come up, pressing through the heels. Good. Can do about 20 to 30 reps of these. Again, build slow. Start with 10, build to 20, and then 30. Good. Last 2, and 1. It's really easy. You can either use 2 blocks or a step stool, or if you have a ledge in your house somewhere, you can use that too. So all we're doing is standing behind those blocks and then stepping one foot and then the other. The same foot comes down and you squeeze the glutes. This seems really easy, but if you take a lot of reps, you start to feel them, right? It's very gentle movement, so anyone can do this, right? You just press into that right heel as you come up. Take your time to do this, right? Notice how that right glute is engaged as you come up, as you step up, right? We'll take 5 more on this side, then we'll switch sides to the other. We'll take the left side. Good, 3 more. It's very slow and soft, nothing intense. Let's take the other side, left foot forward, and then left foot down. Left foot up, left foot down. And you could do as many as 20, 30, take a break, come back to it. Really soft and easy, really gentle for your knees and your body. 5 more. Take it at your own pace, but make sure you press down as you come up. So you're kind of leaning into that left foot a little bit and pressing into the foot. Good, last one. And step off. That was easy, right? So for our next exercise, we'll be using the same set of blocks. Actually, I'm going to step my left foot down on that block on the right side, and then we'll do hip hikes. So you're actually pulling that left hip out to the side, and then pulling that right hip up and down, and up and down. Flex that foot so you can find the stability, right? Hip hikes, just hiking those hips, right? Pressing that left outer hip down and back, right? 3 more. Right, you're strengthening, but keep that left knee soft and left foot grounded. Good, slowly lower down, switch to the other side. So right foot is on the mat, on the block, and then your left hip hikes up, right? As your left hip hikes up, you're gonna press that right outer hip towards the left. So you're actually strengthening and working on that one. Keep the right knee soft and your right foot on the mat, the block. I sometimes jumble up my words, so bear with me. Good, 3 more, 2 more, and last 1. So we're using the same set of blocks for a different exercise. So step your left foot on that block on the right side. Flex your right foot, and then press it out to the side. You should feel this in your seat, keeping that soft bend in your left knee. Hands can be on your hips or in prayer position. So you flex and then lift up that right kneecap, keeping your right leg super straight. Good. 4, 3, 2. You could do about 20 reps of these and take a break maybe at 10. So do what feels good, and sometimes maybe just challenge yourself. So at first you might be wobbly, you can't get the movements right. Maybe you can take 5 and then build to 10, and you'll see how that really works for you, right? So try and experiment, Flex that left foot, lift your kneecap up so you can firm up your left thigh. So even though we are moving this left leg, you can feel it in your right outer glute. Right, 3, 2, and 1. Step off the block, and then release. So our next set of exercises are on the floor. You can bring your forearm down like this, or you can hold your hand like this, or you can lay down with your left arm as your pillow. So your right hand is in front of you. I'm going to prop myself up on my forearm. And then keep your feet and your knees stacked like this with a resistance band on top of your knees. So from here, keep your inner feet glued together, and this is called clamshell. You're going to open your knee out, up, and down. So take it as high as you can feel that right seat contracting. Good. So lifting up and lower. So your left foot is underneath your right foot here. So keep those inner feet glued down. Right? 2 and 1. So you can do as many as 10 reps here, or even more if you like. Now we're going to lift that entire right leg off the left. So flex that foot and lift up. So this is a little different than the clamshell where our inner feet were together. We're lifting the entire leg off. So the knee can go as high as that resistance can be felt on your right outer glute. Good. You can do this again 10 reps or more if you feel, or you can even build up to 10 if it's not something that you're used to. Good. So now release that leg on the top of your left leg. And from here, we're going to lift that both feet off the ground actually. So keep your knee down, your shin and upper thigh on the ground. And now you're going to do the same clamshell opening. So this time your feet are lifted, but they're still glued together. So opening and closing. Right? Use that resistance to figure out where and how much you want to open and close. Good. 5 more. As you can see, it already starts fatiguing with small reps and number of reps that you can do. Good. Slowly lower down. And then bring your left arm a little bit closer to your hip. So we're going to lift the entire hip off the ground, keeping your left shin down on the floor. So left forearm presses down, right hand is pressing in the front, and then you lift up. Right? Up and down, and up, down. Good. 3 more. I'm going to show you only a few reps, but you can do as many as you like. Good. And our next series, the next in line in this series is lift your right foot off, the entire leg off, and then extend your right heel away. Bring your knee back in, lower the knee down. Lift up, extend, bend, and lower. Lift, extend, bend, and lower. So make sure your shoulders are lined. You're not opening your hip like this. So keeping your shoulders stacked, hips stacked, knees and feet stacked. Open, close, and down. Lift, extend, bend, and lower. Good. And you can, obviously, you need to do it on both sides. So just repeat this series. You can rewind the video and do it on the other side. So 2 of our next exercise and last 2 ones are on the floor. So we're going to have one band next to us. And if you choose to, you can use a ball or a block for this next exercise. So come to lie down, keeping your knees bent, feet down. You can prop a block between your inner thighs and make sure you're pressing it in. So bring your feet as close as to your hips. And then extend your right leg up and out at about 45 degrees, trying to keep your knees in one line. Either you can bring your hands by your side and hold on to the mat, squeeze the shoulder blades underneath, tuck your tailbone so your spine is flat against the mat, And from here, press the left heel into the mat and lift your hips for a bridge pose. So you can stay here and keep pressing the heel away, ball into the inner thighs, and just stay here for maybe 10 count or 5 count to begin, and then lower it back down. Your other option is to take the ball out of the way. You don't need it really. Extend your left leg out. Your knees stay still in one line. Make sure your heel is closer to your hip so you can press the heel down, or you can bring your arms on top of your chest and then just lift up your hips and then lower. Lift up and lower, up and down, lift up, down. So you're going to hover your hips. You're not all the way touching the mat. Good. So this might feel a little different, or you can keep your hands by your hips, gripping on the mat, squeezing the glute here, keeping that left leg super straight. Good. 1, and lower down. Our next exercise involves the strap or the band. So strap that band around your right foot. Keep that leg super straight, flexing the heel up to the ceiling. You can keep your left knee bent, or you can extend it. So from here, you're going to lower the right leg super straight and lift up. Single leg raise. You can use the strap, or you don't even need the strap. So as long as you're using your body strength, core strength, you can grip the mat on the sides and just single leg raise. Good. Your core is strong, chest is lifted, and then switch side. Right knee can stay bent. Lift your leg up, super straight leg. You can feel the hamstring stretch, and then lower and hover, lift and stretch. Lower and lift, lower and lift. So you can use a modification with your right knee bent, lifting and lowering and hovering the left leg. You could start with 10 reps, build to 20 or 30 even. Right, this is a great hip flexor opening exercise. So we kind of work around all our hip area, front, back, side, inner thigh, outer hip. And then gently lower your foot down